Hi, you guys. Okay, Danielle is here, but obviously you can't see her because she's trying to come up on screen. So once, and I, I'm in charge of recording, and this is gonna be interesting because
From
as
Danielle. In backstage.
and then he was blowing up my phone. And so there we go. There we go. You heard her. Hi, everyone. She says loudly. She goes, I'm stuck there. Stage. That's what happened to you guys. Um, the reason why we're going to use StreamYard as a complete software is not only did I pay for the upgraded version, I think StreamYard produces
Tim said,
better
You
audio
too.
than Zoom. And I'm just gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that my texting isn't going off 1,000 miles a minute. Thank you very much. Ay, 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 ay. The life of a podcaster is difficult. But I wouldn't trade it for the wall. Let me just put it. There we go. Now my phone's on silent. It goes on do not disturb. So there we go. No more noise. But the reason why we're using StreamYard is because um, StreamYard produces better audio, and I want to update you guys, which will lead to the next big announcement because I, well, first of all, I joined Podmatch a long time ago, and Podmatch is a dating site for podcasters, basically. And they have hosts and they have individuals that want to be on podcasts. I'm both because on that platform, I'm both because both is what I do. And then I accidentally, amazingly accidentally, stumbled across this fabulous team that is going to be helping me with my podcast and helping me make money off my podcast, which is a good thing. But here's the but. They use podcast AI, which is a totally different thing than Buzzsprout. So what we're going to do in the next couple weeks is going to transfer it over. I'm going to be, which I love, I am going to be busy because of me being busy takes the pain away from this stupid contraption that I have on. And I shouldn't say a stupid contraption. I should say a stupid contraption. I've had this, well, they put it, I woke up, I woke up on April 23rd lying flat on my back with this contraption on, this back brace on. They put it on immediately after surgery. That's why they said bring it to the hospital with you. So I'm like, great. So I wake up with this contraption on. I didn't wake up with I only have to wear, well, I shouldn't say I have to wear this thing when I'm sitting up and when I'm out and about for the next 6 weeks. Yes, for to protect my back because my back is still fusing. And no, by the way, no, remember the last time I told you that I thought I popped a rod? No, I did not pop a rod. I did not pop anything. Danielle knows this. Everyone knows this, so it's now public knowledge that I did not pop anything. They're looking into it because the stupid radiologist who looked at the report said, "Oh, one of the screws may be out of place," but that's not a huge concern. She didn't pop a rod. I was concerned that I popped a rod because when you hear big loud pops like that and just had 5 hours worth of back surgery and spent over $1 million on this back surgery, thank you insurance. But when you hear big loud pops, the human instinct is to think, oh my God, I just had back surgery and I popped a lot. But I got a call yesterday from my PA that my physician's assistant at my surgeon's office, bless her heart, she was actually out of town and gets called from the office saying when the patient needs you. They attach my name to it, and of course, an unknown phone number pops up on my phone, and I don't normally answer unknown phone numbers, but I figured because the surgeon's office told me one thing, and because the physician's assistant that I normally use was out of town, I figured that the office had communicated with her. So of course they did. And so I didn't pop a rod. What lands up happening is a screw maybe out of place, but they're still looking into it on Monday, and then they're going to tell me if the screw is out of place, what to do. I always said to myself, if I need to go back in and realign a screw, I would happily realign a screw. I would also happily realign a rod too. And because this is known, I will always have a bad back. I've had a bad back since I was 17. So due to scoliosis. Actually, I've had a bad back since, I got my first back brace in 97. We've been tracking my scoliosis since 97. So, and as I said, I finally did a revision on my back, which that's what happened April 23rd. They decided they were originally supposed to do my low back, but they decided because, I've been told this by a doctor, I was also told this by a registered nurse that happens to be a friend of mine who was checking on the case that they obviously she's the one that dropped me off at surgery. So she's the one that dropped me off, and then left, and they contacted her by a cell phone, which they always do. And so she wasn't at the hospital all day. Of course, she was in and out. But she said, and she told them if things get really scary, which they didn't get really scary until I was in my own room. I got, as I told you guys weren't listening carefully, I got pneumonia and I got an Iliad, which means a twisted bowel, and I had to have a blood transfusion due to anemia, which, if you look at the size of me, and anemia is so normal with me, so is pneumonia due to my double weakened lungs, due to my cerebral palsy, crappy lungs, and due to me having asthma. Thank you, mommy, for that one, because asthma's genetic, and well, it can be genetic. In my case, it's genetic. I have a family history of it, but due to my double weakened lungs, and due to, if you look at the size of me, and I've always been this size, I haven't done any bigger than me. So no wonder I can feel all the rods in my. No wonder why I can feel all the screws in my back. Look at the size of me. So and of course I probably lost weight doing. I even though they say there was minimal blood loss, somehow I don't believe that, because somehow that doesn't compute. Somehow, and I went 2 days before to do a typing screen, and basically what that was to match my blood type with a donor's blood type. Basically, that's a typing screen for you. And it's the norm before back surgeries, because when you're messing around with the back, you want to have everything in place before you mess around with the back. And but if you look at the size of me, and even though they told people minimal blood loss, somehow I think that 2 days after I got anemia because anemic, because if you look at the size of me, now I'm still, and I will ask this, I will see if I can find this out in my own notes or ask. I am still curious about why my leg went into contraction from the operation, but since then I have no nerve damage, and I've been home since the 16th, and I've been doing at-home exercises. And yes, on Monday morning, the fun of PT and OT start, and so I'll be exhausted by the end of that day. And then I have that next day I have my follow-up, which is, so yeah, things are a little chaotic. They and I still have to wear this back brace for the next 6 weeks. So you will probably see pictures of me on my birthday. Unfortunately, I wanted to bug back off by my birthday, but unfortunately, it's not going to be like that, because the surgery happened in April. It's now June, so unfortunately, I may have to put on a nice top on my birthday and wear back brace over. Yes, but I just wanted to tell you guys that in the next couple of weeks, my podcast is changing. The podcast is changing. Danielle will still be helping. I will just be gathering more people due to my fabulous team, and due to the way that things are set up, are going to be set up, I should say. And so this program, I ran it into this host on Podnut, and they said, I thought I was being pre-screened for an interview. And they said, well, they looked at my story and they immediately found in the lab, because these two people out of Canada have a sister with CP. So the more CP, and there's one other gentleman with CP too, and on my team. So basically, they are opening up to everyone across the board, and they train people on how to be podcast hosts, and they train people on how to make money selling their course. Of course, I have to sell their course, but I'm going to do it because this is what I want to do. I want to um, motivational speak for the rest of my life. So right now it's on Buzzsprout. I gave them the information to transfer over to Podcast AI, and so we'll see what happens. And they know that I'm recovering from back surgery. They also know that the healing process takes a little bit longer than we expected. So they know that and I'm going to continue using StreamYard because StreamYard is going to be best. And so, yeah, we're going to upgrade the podcast once again. And yippee, yippee, the fact that I'm now making money off my podcast is a little bit scary because this is something I always wanted to do, but I never thought it would come after I had back surgery. That's that's the ironic part. When I'm down, practically in the back place, practically not able to move. I have 24 care right now, and then I get this amazing opportunity. I guess God decided if I'm not going to kick the bucket yet, I might as well. If I'm not going to kick the bucket yet, I might as well give a opportunity to make money and to essentially inspire others, and that's what I continue to do. And these guys know I have a podcast, and these guys know that I've been in the podcasting space for 10 years plus. And so they're going, with Danielle's help, they're going to help us transfer it over because I said I can't do it all on my own, and I can never do it all on my own. And the second person with CP also has a VA because CP and typing and interviewing, it's too much. So he also has a VA, and I'm excited to work with the team and make my podcast bigger and better. So it will be the same feed, and I'll let you guys know what is going on throughout the process. I gave them the feed information so they can transfer it over, but it's going to be on YouTube. I have looked at Podcast AI, and it's going to be on YouTube, which YouTube is a bigger audience anyway. So hopefully people will cross migrate over from YouTube to the audio version because you can't listen to even in a Tesla, you can't, Tesla won't allow this either. And I've just discovered this one. Not only do I watch YouTube videos about Teslas, because I'm waiting for them to come out with my hand together since I'm bow band. People know that I'm waiting for Tesla to come out with a van that we can modify. And then I have a couple people with Teslas in my life. So while you're driving, Tesla won't allow you to watch YouTube. They want your eyes on the road. So I'm hoping once the podcast gets on YouTube that there's cross promotion because and the reason why you when they say ouch is because my brace, because my chair is so, this is my wheelchair and it's so tiny that, and this wheelchair is meant for traveling, so my brace gets stuck on the back of my wheelchair. So if you see me forward, um, move forward while sitting up, that's why. And so I am going to let you guys go, and I'm going to let Danielle do the outro because she's so good at it. She was good at day one too. So thank you for following us, guys, and we will see you next week. And I will have a better understanding of what's going on with this whole situation. And I appreciate the love and support, and I appreciate the private text messages. Oh, if you guys want, while we're still on Buzzsprout, Buzzsprout has a feature that you can that we've enabled. It's called fan mail, and so I would like, this is my ultimate goal. I would like to not only have international listeners, but I would like fan interaction. So while we're still on Buzzsprout, if you go to Apple iTunes, which needs to be redesigned, thank you, and I just call it Apple iTunes. It's not Apple Podcast. And then there's like, when you know technology backwards and forwards, why I go going into Apple iTunes. Now, it's not Apple Podcast. If you go to the three little buttons on the side, you can go to the show notes, and then you can hit send us a text message, and then I'm going to ask my team if Podcast AI has something like that, but I need more help. Because my podcast is getting its zonkos, I'm getting emails from, which I love. I don't mind the quiet. I don't mind Bazonkos podcast, but I'm getting emails from Daniela instead of saying help, 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 because I'm the one that does it. And so, but it's interesting that AI is here to stay, artificial intelligence is here to stay. And I'm hoping that Apple, they have features of AI, but I'm hoping Apple embraces AI more than they do. And I'm hoping that StreamYard embraces AI more than they do now, because it it is a blessing, and it's a blessing for the disabled as well. So that's what we're doing. We're pulling the podcast over from Buzzsprout to Podcast AI, and we'll see what happens with that. And I might do a full on live stream on June 4th with Danielle. We don't know what time yet. Danielle didn't even know this. to give you a full on update about my back and rehab. I haven't told you stories about rehab yet because rehab unfortunately got to me mentally, and people in my personal life down here know that rehab got me mentally, and I wanted to get out of there a week before I was allowed to get out of there because it got to me mentally so much, and so um, we will see. We will maybe do a live stream, and maybe I'll have um, my aide do a video on Monday, or someone do a video on Monday. We'll see how much PT will allow us to video. And I know that you guys saw my TikToks from rehab, but we'll see what. And I appreciate you guys following my progress. I didn't realize that my fan base was going to be following my scoliosis journey, and I have to do a full-fledged episode on scoliosis and how it's impacted. Oh, my back brace keeps getting stuck, you guys. So I apologize for that popping noise. It's not my back, it's the actual back brace that's stuck in with my chair. And I'm like, that's why I feel the rods in my, that's why I feel the screws in my back half of the time. Because when I lean forward to unstick the back brace, it gets better. But I have pain medication. I just choose. I have pain medication. I have muscle relaxants. I just choose not to take them because I want to be awake after that. And that's another thing. Due to my size, they were trying to give me pill after pill after pill, especially when I had the G tube in my nose, and I was getting knocked out by these pills because if you, I'm little, and I don't know how much of a pain pill they gave me in the hospital, but I and I am. I told them at rehab, you gotta send me home with a low dose pain pill, which they did not do, and my PCP had to prescribe a low dose muscle relaxer because of CP, and they said to me, "What about your pain pills? Are you on?" And I said, "No, I want my back to heal as naturally as it can, and I can't be taking pain pills for the rest of my life." And so that's that. And I won't be, it will take a year for this pain to go away. Right now it's nerve endings. Right now it's rods and screws. I feel, and I didn't feel it day one because they gave me strong painkillers day one. Um, it wasn't until April 30th that um, I felt a little bit of, no, it wasn't until April 31st that I felt a little bit of pain because I felt a little bit of it when I got transferred to rehab on April 30th, but I didn't feel it until I didn't feel the screws, and I didn't feel my back until they started moving me in the rehab. And that was a rude awakening. I actually called I actually emailed my doctor, PA assistant, again at 1:30 a.m. And I said, what did I do? I feel every screw in my back. And she goes, Win, you forgot the fun fact that we told you. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I had all this stuff in my mind about back surgery, back surgery, back surgery. And she goes, Win, we told you that you would be feeling your back for about a good 6 weeks. And so I'm hoping that within a year, I'm hoping that my back will be stable. I still can't. I have to bend with my knees. I need to, I will get help. I can't necessarily get on the ground to get stuff anymore, but I will figure it out. I will maybe just grab one of those grabbers or just have something here so when I am independent, I can, yeah, don't be sending me and to get accessibility people because I know and I can just call people and they can come up and help me, but ugh, this back surgery, I'm like, can the pain be over? And no, it's not the rods, it's the screws in that are screwed into the rods to hold the rods in place. That as I'm talking, I can feel a screw in my back, and that's the weirdest feeling. And of course, my back place keeps getting stuck. There we go. And so I'll be dealing with that all day. I'll be dealing with that all day, and that's why I want this back place off so bad, people, because those of you who had back braces, and those of you that have white turtle shells, and I've had a white turtle shell trying to hold my scoliosis. That was in 1996, and yeah, that was fun. The white turtle shell where you can't move, and the only problem is when I eat lunch, this back place pushes on my stomach. So, and of course today I can't take it off because I'm going, and I'm actually going to a bowling birthday party, you guys. Bowling. And a person said to me, you can't lift anything. So they have bowling lamps, and I can lean forward a little bit. I just can't bend in the waist. But I may just hang out on the sidelines and support everyone else at the balls because I can't lift a bowling ball. I mean, my weight limit right now is lifting I transferred purses to a lighter purse because I was afraid I can't lift my purses. So I my weight limit right now is a gallon of milk, but I just and I'm very hopeful as of June 4th that they will decrease my restrictions right now, but if they don't, they don't. And if it's a play it by ear situation, and if I need 24-hour care this whole summer, it is going to happen. And so if I can get away with not having 24-hour care, that would be okay too. But I don't want to fall over and injure my back as it's healing. So we'll see what the higher power says on Tuesday. Whether I'm ready enough to start eliminating 24-hour care and doing stuff on my own, or whether they need to increase the back brace protection. I mean, they told me 6 weeks out from surgery, and they put it on me April 23rd. I was having been lying on my back, but I remember eating it too, and so I happened to be lying on my back, but and the next day they let me take it off to sleep. But since they want my back to be protected, if they want to keep it on me longer than 6 weeks, have at it. I don't care. I have my cute little pink gait belt, as you guys can see, and I'll give Danielle the video so you can see this. And I have everything. So we'll see what they say on Tuesday, and Danielle and I may do a live stream on Tuesday, and you doing that live stream if I have time. I mean, I don't even know anymore, but if I have time and I set it up to do a live stream, because StreamYard does do live streams, but you guys can ask questions during that live stream about scoliosis, about me, about Danielle. Danielle and I are open to books. Danielle just may not seem like it, but she is a sassy open book. She's shaking her head yes right now. She's a sassy open book, just like I am. And we're grateful that we have you guys to support. And now we're going to let you guys go because it's been 36 minutes and I don't want to keep this. I don't want to go over an hour, so we're going to let you guys go, and we'll see you guys next week, and we'll keep you posting on the podcast AI and how that transition is going. And Win at Life, it's still going to be the same name. It's just going to be a different podcast host because these guys use it. And so it's still going to be the same name, but we're going to get a bigger, better podcast with, as Win likes to say, I get by with a little help from my friends. So I won't tell you what happened on Thursday, but I get by with a little help from strangers. I get by with a little help from my friends. And so I'll leave it at that. And so we'll keep you posted. I'll keep you, if you see me on here on Tuesday doing a live stream with Danielle, you'll know why, because I have update on my back. So, of course, we'll see. We'll just take it moment by moment, day by day. That's all we can do. And for those of you who have reached out to me privately, I appreciate it. And for those of you that want to reach out, we'll do, Danielle and I will plan to do a live stream monthly. And so she's shaking her head. Yes, Danielle didn't even know any of this. So Danielle and I will plan to do a live stream monthly so you guys can interact with us. And we'll just keep the podcast going and we'll just see where it lands up. And so with that, I will hit end and then we will see you guys next week. Bye, you guys.
Bye.